Welcome to your next module. So we are now going to move along and look at some of the hazards, some geological hazards. So we quickly and fast and furiously went through all the rocks and minerals. We learned about plate tectonics, the theory of the earth. You got some background information, even though it was kind of crammed together. So we're going to use some of that. So we'll remind you of the information needed. And of course, because we're talking about volcanoes, that igneous rock knowledge that we learned 2 weeks ago, was it? We're going to use here because, of course, volcanoes are made of igneous rocks. So what you're going to do here is learn about different volcano types. So they have different shapes and sizes, and they have different eruption styles. And what I want you to pull from the igneous rock story that we told you is those terms mafic, felsic, and intermediate. So we're going to use those when we talk about volcanoes because the composition of the magma and the lava are going to dictate the shape, size, and eruption style of our volcanoes. So we want to link those two together. And of course, we also want to link it to plate tectonics, because plate tectonics is the reason mostly that we have lots of volcanoes. So you're going to go through all that in the main lecture here with the PowerPoint and the video here. Also, a little bit of information I want you to read about in the online textbook. And I added just a few YouTube videos that are samples of the different types of volcanoes and how they erupt potentially, right? Mount St. Helens, something that happened in the recent past, at least geologically for sure. So you can look at those just to get an idea of what those volcanoes look like. For the article, I'm going to have you look at this article from the GLG.com. It talks about the volcanic explosivity index. It is a way that we can rate the explosivity of different types of volcanoes. So think of it like the Richter scale for earthquakes. You're going to go ahead and learn about how we do that. What are the possibilities for future eruptions in different sizes and things like that. So read through that to do the article quiz. And then finally for the homework, there's actually two things I need you to do. The first is to watch this, at least part of this How the Earth Was Made Ring of Fire video. So the first 20 minutes of this, it is focusing on the volcanism related to the Ring of Fire. And the reason it's there is because of plate tectonics and subduction. But after that, it kind of diverges into earthquakes and things like that. So you don't need to watch it. If you are so enthralled and you want to keep watching, please do. But for the questions that I'm asking you in this first homework assignment, it's in the first 20 minutes of that video. For the second part, I want you to find some volcanoes that are currently active. And so when you click the link, it'll take you to this. And this link is where you're going to answer these questions. Basically, find me a volcano, tell me where it's at, tell me the volcano type, the type of rocks, and you're going to basically go through these questions, right? So if we click this link, it's going to jump us to here, and here's a whole bunch of volcanoes that you can choose from. Any of those are fine. Once you pick one and it loads up, they'll have some tabs there that you can click to find information. So what I'm telling you, the way to get your answers is to go to the General Information tab and this Eruptive History tab. So between those two, you should have the information that I'm looking for, right? Eruptions and things like that, rock type and tectonic setting and all that kind of stuff. And of course, Eruptive History is going to tell you some other bits of information that I'm asking for. So that's what you'll do for the second part of your homework. You just have to do that for 3 different volcanoes, any 3 of your choosing, and you should be good. So that's what you're going to do for the online portion, and we will do a cool lab on Wednesday that hopefully ties into all this cool volcano stuff, and then we can go from there. All right, if you have any questions and they can't wait till Wednesday when I see you, please don't hesitate to contact me.